Committee will come to order this morning. Welcome to those who have joined us on the panel. We are here to consider legislation that addresses the needs and the priorities of millions of American sportsmen and sportswomen. After falling just short in 2012 and 2014 with similar legislation, I'm optimistic here that third time's going to be the charm, and that we will finally enact legislation on this subject in this Congress. So let's get started. I recently introduced S-405, the Bipartisan Sportsmen Act, along with my friend and colleague here on the committee, Senator Heinrich. Thank you for your leadership on this. I also thank the bipartisan leadership of the Sportsmen's Caucus. That's Senators Risch, Manchin, Fisher, and Heitkamp. And then there are 12 additional members that have added their support to the bill. We introduced a broad bill to show the Senate what we really seek to accomplish here. Now we're focused on moving it through the legislative process, and for the first time, we're going to be doing so under regular order, which I think will also bode well for its success. We're considering this morning S-556, which includes the provisions of our broader bill that fall under the Energy Committee's jurisdiction, plus one that falls under the jurisdiction of the Judiciary Committee. The Environment and Public Works Committee will soon hold a hearing on the provisions within its jurisdiction. And assuming that all goes well, we'll move to markups in the near future, and then we plan to reassemble one bill for consideration by the full Senate. So that's the process, which I think is only fair to outline to colleagues. But I also want to speak to the substance of the legislation and explain why it's so important to so many of us. Sportsmen and sportswomen come from all around the country, from big cities, from small towns, from the north, from the south, from here in the east, and of course, most certainly in our western states. And for many of us, outdoor activities are just a part of our life. I grew up in a family where we went out hunting in the fall, and we fished as long as there was opportunities for fishing, which was hopefully most of the year. And these were family traditions passed on from family to family. And I think certainly coming from the state of Alaska, where we see so many who move to our state to enjoy these outdoor opportunities, whether it is for recreation or whether it is for ensuring that there's food on the table. This has been part of who we are, a definition truly of ourselves. Anyone who's been to Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shop or Mountain View Sports in Anchorage or any other outdoor store in Alaska knows that sportsmen and women play a vital role in our economy, and that's true in terms of retail sales, salaries, wages, government revenues, and it's true in all of our 50 states. And that's where our Bipartisan Sportsmen Act comes in. It builds on our previous efforts and adds several new provisions to increase access and provide new opportunities for Americans to enjoy our federal lands. Our bill includes a provision that I've supported for years to ensure that Bureau of Land Management and our national forest lands remain open to hunting, fishing, and other activities as a matter of law, unless closed, so that our sportsmen and women know that they're welcome there. It also includes Senator Heinrich's Hunt Act, which I suspect he will be eager to discuss in further detail. Another important provision relates to filming on public lands. You've heard me mention at a couple hearings now the obstacles that we place on individuals who want to do nothing more than to film, to take pictures. So working to minimize the costs and the bureaucratic process that individuals and small groups must face is important. I think we've got a good bill. We have a strong bipartisan coalition around it, and I'm hopeful that after a productive hearing, we'll be able to add some new co-sponsors. I know we'd sure love to have as many members of this committee sign on.